Hello, everybody. Welcome to a probably shorter episode of Who the Hell Hast. I'm your host, Slade.
Hey, and I'm Byron, and we got a grab bag of news for you.
That's right. So let's go ahead and start with the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 direct announcement of an expansion pass, which pretty much fits the profile, considering Xenoblade 2 also had one that
Yeah,
was a surprisingly good value, considering uh, the Torna expansion was about the size of a standalone game.
yeah, they released it as a separate game, huh?
Yeah. So hopefully Xenoblade Chronicles 3 kind of lives up to that same billing of you know, a lot of content that's worth your buck. So
And there's gonna be a lot of content in this expansion pack, isn't there?
yeah, so right now there's just one story scenario which I would believe is the equivalent to what Torna was for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yep, there'll be stuff like helpful items, outfit color variants, a challenge battle.
Yeah, your stereotypical JRPG pack
Yeah, which
on that front.
what do you think of the brand new story scenario not coming till potentially the end of next year?
Well, that also fits the profile. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had the Torna expansion, I think, I want to say the following summer or the summer after that, which was about 8 months total.
Yeah.
And I think that the end of 2023 might be placeholder. Who knows?
Yeah,
It might be like a worst case scenario kind of thing.
yeah.
So, but overall, just a lot of really good stuff there.
Yeah. So that is the Xenoblade stuff. Nothing. There wasn't. It surprisingly wasn't too spoilery. So if you want to watch that direct and not be spoiled, you can if you want, or you could just wait till the game comes out, whichever floats your boat. And speaking of things that float my boat,
Oh yeah, fantastic news here. Jack and Dexter is running natively on PC.
hell
Twitter
yeah,
account Steve BH kind of posted, some Jack One
yeah,
playthrough with
yeah. That's
some
right. So
review
like
options.
Mario 64 and I think a few other games. Yeah, Jack and Daxter has the decompilation treatment, and as you can see, with all sorts of settings, graphics settings, you can have the Discord rich presence feature. But this is incredible. This will only be a good thing for the Jack and Daxter series, especially one because I prefer one over two and three. That's just me. But I think the bigger news out of this is that Jack 2 and 3 are coming at some point. They're happening.
Yeah,
Which I may not be the biggest fan of 2 and 3, but I know a lot of people are. And so that will be happy news for them. And I'm looking forward to trying the Decomp out whenever I play Jack and Daxter over on my streams, twitch.tv/the1_Byron. cheap plug right there. Gotta get it in. Oh, I gotta get that in. So what do we have next, Slade?
all right, next on the calendar, kind of the next bit of news. I guess we're gonna have a Sega roundup for you guys pretty soon. Yeah. Sega has announced a PvE VP shooter called Hyenas.
Yes. So let me tell you something funny. IGN were hyping this up on their Twitter account. They posted an audio clip, I think like a day or two before this was revealed, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is an Echo the Dolphin game," because it was like a dolphin soundbite that was played. Nope, it's a PvE shooter, as Slade said. It's by Creative Assembly, the studio behind Halo Wars 2, which I have no fucking clue what Halo Wars is.
It's a real-time strategy game with the Halo series. There's Halo Wars 2, stuff like that.
I did not know there were and Alien Isolation. So it's a generic team-based shooter in a genre that even the king of the genre, Overwatch and Overwatch 2, that's not even like as hype as it would be.
Well, there's the element of enemy AI, because that says PvEVP. It's
Yeah.
not just PvP, but
Yeah, but still,
even then, it's just kind of. I'm kind of getting vibes from like Overwatch or like Valorant or like something like that, where
Yeah.
it's mimicking that style of game.
yeah. So
Um,
each match it'll be 15 players per match, 5 teams of 3. Weird
Yeah.
format, but okay. Yeah, and you'll be apparently hunting for SEGA properties. It seems. Because one of the big pictures that was shown was a Sonic the Hedgehog statue.
Yeah. So I'm not particularly like going, oh shit, this is super exciting or anything like this.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah, and when IGN revealed this, they sat down with the developers for like a 30-minute interview. No gameplay.
Yeah, no gameplay. It's all cinematic in nature.
Yeah,
So.
and IGN were
You're-
hyping this up like, oh, this is our fucking world premiere. And it was one of the biggest. Like, IGN is like flopping so hard in June. The Sonic for Sega, the Sonic Frontiers coverage from IGN hasn't exactly been the greatest, hasn't inspired confidence in people. And then this, and then Hyenas.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep on with the Sega news. Headcanon, team behind, Sonic Origins and the other Sonic Mania, whatnot. Everybody loves them.
Yeah.
Got some more information because we did talk about this. The game did release, and unfortunately, wasn't the most playable game in the entire world. A lot of bugs and issues and whatnot. We got some tweets from Stealth, lead developer over there.
Yep.
And basically, and I could pull it up on screen here.
Yep, and I've got it on
brings
the
up,
screen.
This is frustrating. I won't lie and say they weren't issues of what we gave to Sega, but what is in Origins is also not what we turned in. Integration introduced some wild bugs that conventional logic would have one believe were our responsibility, but a lot of them weren't. So it looks like in turning in what was Sonic Origins to Sega and then Sega integrating it to the platforms, introduced a crap ton of bugs.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that is creating a lot of issues with gameplay. So it's hard to read into this outside of, without, the full context. It seems like there's some beef between Headcanon and Sega.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
Headcanon wanted to do some major fixes, but weren't allowed to due to submission and approval rules. We asked about delays early and repeatedly, but were told they weren't possible because Sega wanted this game out for the anniversary because they missed last year's anniversary.
And you know how Sega is when they want a game out on the shelves. They don't care how unfinished it is.
Yeah, but one thing that is interesting that Stealth points out, and I will read this one. I have to apologize for not addressing anything like this sooner, but you must understand many things of this sort are considered, quote, unprofessional, unquote, and can hurt our relationship with Sega, meaning no Origins updates and no further 2D pixel Sonic games from us. Why am I talking about this now then? Well, there's just too much scrutiny over things that both are and are not related to us, and I don't want to sit back in silence while people are asking why and how things happened to a product they put so much hope and money into.
And, we also made pretty clear that there will be patch support for Sonic Origins, and a lot of these bugs will be fixed.
Well, are we sure about that,
though? He clarified nobody ever said no one was ever going to fix anything in Sonic Origins to any degree. He only made clear his personal position on the release itself. Yeah. So...
And apparently, he also tweeted that, no, I am not fighting with Sega, and no, I have not cut off Sega. It's a lot more complicated than that. I'm willing to do more work under the right conditions. Whether they want to work with me again is an entirely separate matter. And his dealings with Sega of America staff were very pleasant. People talked to directly were respectful, including Izuka-san, who he's very sad to know is so hated for things so far beyond his control. So it's a very interesting situation in regards to Sonic Origins and headcanon, if they will be brought back for anything in the future. Probably not at this point, considering even Salt themselves said, quote, these tweets are quote unquote unprofessional.
Yeah, they are. And doesn't paint headcanon in the best of lights, even if he's kind of coming to their defense.
Like, I get why he would tweet this out, but on the other hand, it's also like, you're partial. I'm not going to say completely committing career suicide, because headcanon could go on to do like what Christian Whitehead Studio is, the name I keep forgetting, and I apologize for that. But they've been working on original games, and they've been pretty successful in that regard. Headcanon could probably do something similar if they don't work with Sega anymore.
It's just, the whole thing's unfortunate considering Sonic Origins, following up off of what Sonic Mania was able to do for Sega, is one of the few good things going for Sonic.
Yes.
And now that this too has also kind of bubbled and crashed, I still don't think Sonic Origins is quite as bad as a lot of the other Sonic titles put out as of late, like Sonic Forces, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's just a shame to see that Sonic just can't have nice things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But speaking of some actually nice things, Miyazaki. Like,
oh yeah.
Mr. Dark Souls himself. Miyazaki confirmed in an interview that From Software's next game is in, quote, the final stages of development, which is really interesting. Miyazaki was interviewed by the Japanese site 4Gamer, and was asked about previous comments he made in a 2018 interview about having multiple games in development. Asked if one of those games is on the way, and Miyazaki confirmed, quote, yes, it is. We are in the final stages of development. So, Souls fans, I hope you're ready. More than likely, we're getting another Souls-style game. I don't think it's Dark Souls 6. I could be very wrong on that, but I highly doubt it's Dark Souls 6. I don't know what you think, Slade. Slade, you still there?
I do think it. Sorry about that. Yes. So I imagine it's probably the next Dark Souls game, since Elden Ring was kind of its own standalone title of the Soulsborne style of games.
Yeah.
It is pretty exciting because, again, From Software's company, definitely known for their quality. And like Miyazaki stated in the interview, they do work on multiple projects at once. So the fact that this one's in its final development and we don't even know what the title is already just bodes good tidings overall.
Yeah, and apparently they're working with different directors, which is also interesting.
Yeah, so it seems like they're really expanding their what's the word I'm looking
expanding
for here,
their horizons.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to segue this. Speaking of expanding your horizons, one game that is known for expanding horizons is expanding its horizon to the Nintendo Switch.
That's right. No Man's Sky is coming to Nintendo Switch. Absolutely crazy and wild. It's definitely not what I was expecting, to say the least. I'm surprised they could get it even running on Switch.
This is probably the most shocking news of the week. Something you would expect at, I don't know, say, potentially the upcoming Nintendo Direct, but like Slade said, this is huge. I did not think No Man's Sky could run on the Switch, but apparently it's gonna run on the Switch. And No Man's Sky is the greatest comeback story in modern gaming. This was a game that at times was called fraudulent because of the misadvertising, but the comeback
And the initial release was bad too.
Yeah, but the
the
comeback
comeback has been strong.
Yeah, it's been incredible to see, even if it's not a game like for someone like me. It's just incredible to see a game that was lambasted for so long, like in the past like few years, get like put back into the limelight. And it's really a good thing. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it runs on the Switch. And it's not a cloud version. They're not pulling a Square Enix and putting it in the cloud. No, this is on the Switch. There's gonna be a cart, probably with a download on it, but
yeah, definitely with the download on. There's absolutely zero shot. It runs just on that 32 gigabyte cart.
Yeah, I'm just curious how big the game will be on Switch. That's what I want to know. We'll find that out.
But for that to work, I feel like some major compression is going to need to be done.
Maybe Nintendo gave Hello Games the that magic compression.
Yeah, they're gonna have to definitely merge some of those assets. Speaking of merging assets, Tony Hawk himself says that Activision, along with Vicarious Visions, had planned Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 remake.
Oh, yes. So on the Twitch streamer Andy THPS's stream, who Andy is I believe a former developer on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series. He was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 with the Birdman himself on stream. And Hawk confirmed, quote, "That was the plan, even up until the release of 1 and 2, Hawk said. We were doing 3 and 4, then Vicarious got kind of absorbed, and then they were looking for other developers, and then it was over."
Yeah, so this is pretty unfortunate overall. This was in the midst of all the Activision Blizzard controversy that was running pretty rampant at the time. And Vicarious Visions was pretty much on fire. They were coming off of, well, the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. Crash 4 maybe wasn't quite as popular, but then they had another hit with the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yeah, incredible hit.
Yeah, Vicarious Visions was pretty much on fire.
Yeah.
For the most part. And then the active Blizzard controversy started happening left and right. And then the studio merged into Blizzard.
They are no longer lead developers. They got, I believe, absorbed into Blizzard, which is very sad.
Yeah, they're now called Blizzard of Albany, which I am hoping that since Microsoft has acquired, Active Blizzard, we will see some of these choices kind of rescinded and pushed back to what they were before.
You can hope, but maybe Microsoft will just do what they always do and be hands off, unfortunately. In this case. But
it just, to me, Vicarious Visions is just way too talented to just be a backup studio for whatever shovelware games they put out.
Yeah, for all the Blizzard games, because that's where they're stuck in. At least they aren't in the Call of Duty dungeon like Toys for Bob.
I mean, but this could be like the Overwatch 2 dungeon or the World of Warcraft dungeon or something.
Oh God. Yeah, but yeah, and one last quote from the Birdman. "Who knows? Maybe when the dust settles, we'll figure it out. You never know. I never would have thought we were going to do 1 and 2 20 years later."
Yeah.
So at least Tony Hawk has some hope. I hope that there's hope.
And 1 and 2 were also financially very successful for the company too.
Absolutely, they were. That and Crash 4 were what were keeping Activision up when they couldn't release a COD game.
Crash 4 maybe to a significantly less extent. But
well, yeah, but that's for a variety of reasons that we have talked about in the past.
Yeah, we've already beat Crash 4's release to death on this channel.
Free it from the Battle.net launcher, put it on Steam, please, Microsoft. That's all I'm asking.
All right. So, speaking of Microsoft, let's talk about their competitor instead.
Yeah.
PlayStation will not be coming to Gamescom this year.
Yeah.
Uh, it looks like they issued a statement to a German publication, Games Worstcraft.
Yep.
To make a long story short, there are other companies that have already announced that they wouldn't be at Gamescom. Nintendo, Active Blizzard, and Take-Two said they would not be there. So, long story short, this just kind of a continuation of the exodus of larger, publishers and companies, but
Yeah.
there will be large companies still there, like Bandai Namco, THQ, etc.
Yeah. One thing to note: this is probably not the primary reason why developers are leaving Gamescom. There has been a spike in COVID cases in Germany,
Yes.
but that's probably not the primary reason. It may be a reason, but it's not the primary reason. But yeah, a lot of
it seems like a lot of these companies are also announcing and releasing things on their own schedule.
Yep.
I mean, if you really think about it, we got a rumored Nintendo Direct within the next 3 days. Now,
yeah.
I feel like it would have already been announced by now, but who the hell
Well,
knows?
you know how Nintendo likes to do their typical thing if it's not like E3 where they announce in advance. No, it's like 1 to 2 days notice. Like, that's all you get.
Yeah, I mean, it's either tomorrow or Tuesday.
Yeah, at the time we're recording this. We're
announcement.
recording this on Sunday, and it should be going up the same day. If not, it's going up on Monday.
Yeah.
So that'll be very interesting. That'll be a very awkward episode if the direct happens and then this goes up on Monday. But yeah, a lot of companies leaving this. Some companies are still going to be there, but it's like slowly but surely events like Gamescom, obviously E3, since it's coming back next year, apparently. Good luck with that, ESA. But I feel like less and less companies are going to be at like these types of like in-person events to do stuff online.
Yeah, I feel like slowly but surely the Game Awards is becoming the central event for companies to release their.
Well, it's the central event for like the
Yeah.
latter half of the year because like nobody does anything in like December.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gamescom 2022 set to take place August 24th to the 28th, and it will be a hybrid event both in Cologne, Germany, and simultaneously online. And of course, if anything big happens there, we will cover it on the show that particular week. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the grab bag episode of Who the Hell Asked, where we have a variety of smaller stories for the week for you, and we may see you on Wednesday if in fact there is the rumored Nintendo Direct that everybody's been hankering over.
Yeah, for sure. We will definitely cover it the first day it's announced and the direct is out there and available.
Yep.
If there is one, I'm still speculating that all the leakers and insiders, they got it wrong. So this has been Slade.
Yeah, and this has been Byron. We will see you next week, in some way, shape, or form, for another episode of Who the Hell Asked. Bye-bye.